Dude, I am watching Secular Talks daily uh, burp, daily burp segment stuff again and again today. Dude has, first of all right, an hour long another segment thing. DOJ mass scrubs Epstein files. And then this other one that I'm watching got the Epstein class played Joe Rogan like a fiddle. And so it's just like, man, this Epstein garbage is just not dying like ever. I only became like, I became like, a little aware of this Epstein stuff. Like, I don't know. It was like maybe 2024-ish, kind of like the election, the last presidential election, when like people started really making a fuss over it. And I was like, okay, I've heard the name. Let me like find a little bit out about this. I was like, oh, it's this supposed yada 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 and stuff. And then like all through 2025, I was like, okay, so this is what the Epstein stuff is supposedly, because we didn't know like anything at that time. And I was just like, man, this horse, this dead horse, is not dying. No, this Watergate is waterfalling. And it's just like, man, I think they're hoping that people will get like me, and I'll be like, damn, I don't care about it. But you know why I don't care about it anymore? Me? Because, and this is kind of funny. I have bigger fish to fry. I want these motherfuckers to be taxed. I don't care about it anymore because I want something they fear even more. I want their money. I want all their money. Every last motherfucking penny. And that's actually what they don't want. They would rather some of them go to fucking prison with the big crack pipe hitting. Then people like me go and take all the money out of their vaults. Which is actually what I want. Then we can figure out all this Epstein stuff. That's my number one priority. I want all their money. Because they've been stealing our money, well, for the past 6,000 years, but for the past 40 years, big time. Then I'll have some energy. I won't, but the other people. I'll leave all the remaining problems to the other people, because then I'll be done. You know, I'll go back to being a bum. Well, I'm always gonna be a bum, but into my 100% super mega ultra full style bum status of just bumming out. Once we got all their money. Which is, again, actually what they are really afraid straight up. That's what these fools are really, really afraid of. They wake up in the middle of the night and their sheets are drenched. Oh no, they raised taxes. It's just a nightmare. Go back to sleep. All that happened was they released the Epstein files. Don't worry about it. Your money's safe. Whew, good. Dodged a bullet there. Oh, I got an itch in a place that's hard to scratch. There we go. I think I should get. I think I. All right. Don't ever let them distract you from taxing that ass, as that one guy said. I think his channel is called "I Hate Politics." That guy said, "Tax that ass." Yes, exactly. Tax that ass. I'll be right back. So I don't know what's exactly gonna come of all this Epstein stuff, but I'm just, I don't know if I said this before on another video or not, but I don't know. I'm just thinking out of my bunghole here. I'm just always, with stuff like this, I'm just like, okay. Okay, it's only been a few days since this second batch has been released. We know there's going to be, we know there is more. The second batch is redacted like a bitch, which I hate redaction. I hate the whole philosophy of redacting stuff. I understand the excuse of redacting stuff, but like, even redacting like a person's name as part of a file, and you're like, oh, we're protecting someone. It's like, yeah, but like, if I don't know like who said something, even if you say you're protecting someone and you may very well be protecting someone, that's like, that can be like a very critical part. That can be like, the linchpin of me knowing something. You can redact 2 words out of 10,000 and now it changes fucking everything. And that's kind of why I don't like redaction at all. It's almost like we just kind of shouldn't have redaction. Like, be it, kind of protecting people or not protecting people, like, almost, but I don't know. Maybe we need to argue about that more philosophically. Have that discussion. Um, but, all of this all of his files and stuff. It's just like, are all these real? I don't know. It's just because some of these seem like okay, maybe a couple of these, maybe a couple of these emails are just fake, and they added some redactions on them to be like, we made this fake email. We added some redactions to make it look like a genuine thing placed in here. You know, in standard, spy agencies, they do misinformation. They did it. They did it all throughout World War II, all throughout the 50s and 60s, 70s. They Part of being an intelligence agency is doing mis and disinformation. And the CIA could have done this shit and sent it to the FBI, and the FBI wouldn't even know about it. Hell, Mossad could have done it, sent it to the CIA, and the CIA maybe didn't know about it, and sent it to the FBI. Who fucking knows? So, and then we're getting this, thinking it's true, and so I'm just like, uh, so right now, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna accept that it's true with a but question mark, and be like, all right, I don't want to just be like jump on the conviction train right now. All that being said, they're rich people. Yeah, it's totally believable. The rich people, and they're affiliates of rich people. So like, I could totally see all this shit happening. Yeah, like yeah, I totally believe it. I would just like to see more than an email that, anyone can type up. That's all. And again, I wanna tax that ass. You know, even if we're gonna put them in jail, I definitely want their money. I want their like companies to be like, oh, okay, let's hand it down to their children or something. No. Their money goes into the community fund of everyone. Their companies, now there are companies. Because fuck you. Well, that's not legal. Now get passed down to the shareholders of other rich people. It's like, yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck you. It's because exactly. You know? No, the shareholders are everybody that works at their fucking companies. How about that? Give me that fucking money, bitch. Everybody that's worked for you for the past fucking, I don't know, 2 centuries. I'm gonna spend a little while watching. Can I beat TMNT on NES using only the worst turtle? I'm assuming that's Raphael. Hold on, let me check real quick. Be right back. Okay, yes, he is going to use Raphael only. So let's see how this works out. Okay, well, he beat the challenge, and I've never played the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the end. But it says, like a lot of NES games, they at the end there's a text thing, and it's messed up. And it says, "You guys have excelled my skills." Like, come on. There's another famous game that's just got really dumb English text in there. I can't remember what it is. I know Contra's one is great. It's like you have defeated the Red Eagle or Red Talon, Red Falcon, and saved the universe. I just love that one. It's like, save the universe. Yes! The whole universe. The entire universe. Save the universe. The universe. Not the world. The universe. Not the galaxy. The universe. You have excelled my skills. I think you were going for exceeded, but it also says now I can change. Now I can change back into human form. In the movies, at least, he comes from a rat and then just gets bigger. Like all the other turtles, they just get bigger. So I don't know I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what story to believe. Okay, whatever. Let me just watch the end all the way on this. All right. Oh, they celebrate with a pizza. I remember that. And then the adventure of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is concluded. And video games, NES video games, and SNES video games were just SNES not as much, but still. But NES video games were very much a coin flip a lot of the times. You really had to just kind of be like, play it by ear / be like, go over your friend's house and play. You know, talk it over with your friends at school, rent them, all that stuff. And I never had an NES or an SNES or anything because I have epilepsy and I had seizures, and everybody was like, okay, at a certain point, like once I started having seizures and stuff, because my very first one was at a friend's house when, I don't know, like 4 of us were there or something like that, playing a video game. And it was a big freak out. A big whole freaking thing. I was like 8 years old. So, a big ass thing. And yeah, that was just. But I always loved the video games. My entire life. Every Christmas, I wanted a video game console. It was straight A Christmas Story for me, except it wasn't a BB gun for me. It was NES, 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 SNES, SNES, SNES. Computer. And I finally got a computer, and I think my dad was like, this will help him study. And it did, but that's really not what it was 90% used for. Old CRT monitors and stuff. Oh man, good times. Good times, good times. I'll be right back as I finish the video. Okay, so yeah, that video's done. 7 o'clock. I don't know. I'm deciding whether I want to make that chicken or not, or just wait till tomorrow. I'm kind of not hungry and kind of just don't feel like making the chicken. The frozen chicken that I bought today, not the frozen chicken that I got in there. Frozen chicken I have had for a while. Requires a little more work to do. You know, you gotta put it in there and you gotta like spice it up. You know, I don't really like doing that. I gotta like get in the mood. You know, it's longer to make. And you like jostle it up. It tastes good. You know, when it comes out, it's like yummy. But, you know, it's definitely more effort. The other stuff, you just kind of aluminum foil on the cookie pan, whatever. Throw it in the oven. And then if I feel like I want some mashed potatoes or something, I'll make those. Biggity boom bah. Good to go. So it's kind of like, I don't know. But it's 7 o'clock. I don't know. Yes, I am starting to get tired. Maybe I'll just call it an hour or two. We'll be done with this. I don't know. Alright. Screw this. I think I'm done for the day. What do I got here? Oh boy. Yeah. I am like trying to make a conscious effort to smoke less. Not because it's bad for your health, although it is. But because I want to save some money. Honey, save the cash. Flash. I got some other expenses this month that I want to take care of. So redirect some fundage there. All right. Done venting my personal troubles and tribulations to the world. Everybody everybody in human civilization to have a good life. Knife. See you on the flip side. Text Rich. You get the rich and boobs, boobs, boobs.